Today I'm going to be taking a look at the latest beta of iOS 10 is 10.1. I'm going to be using the iPhone 5 here as a comparison just to see how the oldest device on iOS 10 is keeping up in the latest betas. So the first thing I did was a boot test, which I won't make you guys wait for, was 47 seconds. So in my older videos at 9.35, we were doing about 42 to 45 seconds, which means there's not that big of a jump from iOS 9 to iOS 10. That's kind of cool. So the animations here, as you can see, seem pretty fluent. In average use, I haven't really noticed anything significant. Control Center still nice and snappy, just like in the original iOS 10. And then again, Notification Center here, which you can jump over to your widgets. I did notice that some widgets do take a little bit of time to load up versus the original iOS 10, which seemed to do it not bad for me. So next thing I want to do is launch some applications. So we'll start launching some apps here. And keyboard does take a little time when you're jumping into a message app. And then again here, as you can see, the app has appeared to freeze up. So I have noticed this with the iOS 10 as well. The official launch there with the message app seems with the new features they've added just takes a little more time to load up. Camera actually loads pretty quickly and starts recording. Playback is pretty quick.
Starts recording.
Doesn't sound very good. Next thing I wanted to do was check out multitasking. So that shutter animation or dropped frame rates I've complained about before seems to be getting better with iOS 10. Just fun to play with. Again, not super responsive. Tapping, it seems, takes a little bit of time there. Now let's open up we'll close all the applications and open up some third-party apps that we use every day to see how long they take. Actually quite impressed, YouTube booted up pretty fast there. So some apps taking their time, jumping back. So next I wanted to do an internet test to see how web browsing handles on iOS 10.1. First we'll start with the HTML5 test, which has improved with iOS 9, but not that much. Most Androids are actually hitting scores quite a bit higher than this, so hopefully Apple keeps working on the HTML5. To run a speed test, now I did notice some better, sometimes worse speeds with iOS 10. It's nothing like iOS 8 where the Wi-Fi speed was horrible, but it's just inconsistent speeds. And then of course we have third-party browsers and HTML5. So same score as Safari. It's no longer a real benefit of having a third-party browser. We'll open up a few more web pages. So actually, not that bad. And the last thing I did was ran a Geekbench. So these scores here can be compared to other devices, but for this device here, these are scores from a previous iOS 9, and these are the 10.1, or yeah, 10.1, as you can see there. Now the scores dropped actually quite a bit. I was quite surprised to see the multi-core scores were down from in iOS 9.35, which you can see here. So my conclusion for the iOS 10.1 beta is it does slow down your device a little bit, but of course Apple will work on this as each beta goes out. But that's the performance test. In a real world scenario, I don't think you'll really notice much. Maybe with the new widgets, if you have as many as I have on here, you'll see that little bit of lag, but for the average user, the device seems to be still usable. No problems at all. So thanks for watching, guys. Make sure you stay tuned for more videos like this, and we'll see you again next time.